the son of the father, and of the mother, is to the son the same as man's relationship to the vehicle through which he functions. It is his mode of enterprise, his vehicle of expression. It is the form which his life animates for the specific purpose of a. Gaining experience, b. Making contact, c. Developing full self-knowledge, d. Achieving full mastery or control, e. Attaining manhood cosmically. The cosmic Christ must measure up to the stature of a full-grown man, as it is expressed in the Christian Bible. 9,693 francs. Expanding his consciousness. All these stages have to be achieved on cosmic levels, in exactly the same sense as the microcosm, on systemic levels, likewise strives for similar ideals. What is evolution and how does it proceed? 1. Life cycles. I do not propose to deal here with the evolutionary process in any other way than briefly to indicate that the whole method of evolution is simply that of adjusting the matter aspect to the spirit aspect, so that the former proves entirely adequate as a body of expression for the latter. The life cycle of the sun is 100 years of Brahma in the same sense, as man has a life cycle consisting of a certain number of years, dependent upon his karma. During the life cycle of a man, he expresses what is in him at his particular stage, and gradually develops from the stage of the antenatal period when the self overshadows the matter aspect until the period when that higher self takes full possession of the prepared form. This stage varies with every individual. From that time on, fuller self-consciousness is sought, and the man, if proceeding normally, expresses himself through the form ever more adequately. Each life of lesser cycle in the great cycle of the ego or self, sees that expression more complete, brings the form more under control and develops a conscious realization of the self until there comes a culminating cycle of lives in which the self within rapidly dominates, and takes full authority. The form becomes wholly adequate. The fusion of the two poles of spirit and matter is fully brought about. And the light, fire, and heat, radiation, is seen and felt systemically. Then the form is either consciously utilized for specific ends or is vacated, and the man is liberated. Electric fire and fire by friction are fused, and the consequent solar fire blazes forth in radiant glory. Extend this idea from man, an individualized unit of consciousness, to the great heavenly men, in one of whose bodies a man forms a cell. The body of expression of each heavenly man is one of the sacred planets, and they aim at the same goal as man, the attainment, on their own levels, of full expression, and the development of their vehicles of consciousness to a point where the spirit may blaze forth as light divine, and as heat. This heat radiates consciously, and with intense magnetic attraction between all the 7 systemic groups, or planetary schemes. Their magnetic field of action will include the planetary radius of one and all. Carry this thought still further to include the Sun, and the entire solar system, which he animates. His attempt is to find full expression therein, so that eventually, and consciously his light may be seen and his heat, or magnetic radiation, may be felt beyond his immediate sphere of influence, the logoic ring pass not. Both the light of the sun and the heat of the sun must be felt by the opposite cosmic pole, that constellation which is our system's magnetic opposite. 2. The objective of the units of consciousness. Thus, the thought of union, and of fusion underlies the entire scheme of evolution. Man, the heavenly man, and the cosmic man, the son of the father and the mother, have to a. Radiate occult heat beyond their own individualized ring pass not. B. Occultly blaze forth and demonstrate light or fiery objectivity. C. Expand so as to include that which lies beyond their own immediate spheres. D. Fuse and blend the two fires so as to produce perfectly the central fire, solar fire. E. Blend spirit and matter so that a body is produced that will adequately express spirit. F. Merge the essence within the form, which is occultly qualified during evolution, with the essence in all form humanly, in the planetary sense, and cosmically. G. Attain human, systemic and cosmic manhood. H. Achieve mastery on 3 planes of the solar system, humanly speaking. I. Achieve mastery on 5 planes of the solar system, when speaking of a heavenly man. J. Achieve mastery on 3 cosmic planes when speaking of the cosmic Christ, the Son, or the Logos manifesting objectively. 3. The manifesting units of consciousness. 97-94. Matter, it must be remembered, is that totality of existence in the cosmos which falls within any of the planes of possible perception. S. D. I. 560. These existences might be enumerated as follows. 1. The 7 heavenly men. In their totality they make up the body of the grand man of the heavens, the Logos. Other names for these beings. A. The 7 planetary logoi or spirits. B. The Principates. C. The 7 lords of the rays. D. The Daihon Koans. E. The 7 spirits before the throne. F. The 7 archangels. G. The 7 logoi. H. The 7 builders. S. D. I. 115, 130, 152, 535. They are the informing entities of the divine ray, the ray of the second Logos, in much the same sense as Phoet and his 7 brothers are the totality of the primordial ray. S. D. I. 100, 108, 155. A. Matter is fecundated by the primordial ray of intelligence. This is the anima mundi, the soul of the world. B. The primordial ray is the vehicle for the divine ray of love and wisdom. The merging of these two is the aim of evolution. C. The divine ray is sevenfold. It brings in 7 entities. D. These 7 are 1. The Logos of will or power. 5. The Logos of concrete science. 2. The Logos of love and wisdom. 6. The Logos of devotion or abstract idealism. 3. The Logos of activity. 7. The Logos of ceremonial law or order. 4. The Logos of harmony. 2. Men, the monad, the units of consciousness. They, in their totality, make up the bodies of the 7 heavenly men. Each monad is found upon one of the 7 rays. S. D. I. 197, 285, 624. S. D. I. 85, 176, 196. 3. Davis. S. D. I. 308. S. D. I. 107. Such devas are, for instance, A. The deva lord of a plane. The sphere of his body is the entire plane. B. Groups of building devas. 4. Entities involved in the mineral, vegetable, and animal kingdoms. S. D. I. 210, 298. A. The life of the 3rd Logos, the atom of matter. B. The life of the 2nd Logos, groups of atoms built into forms, plant, animal. C. The life of the 1st Logos, the forms indwelt by highest spirit. 5. The spirit of the planet. S. D. I. 178. S. D. I. 251, 500. He is the sum total of the many involutionary lives upon a planet. 6. The atom. S. D. I. 559, 620-622. Summing up. for the purpose and the goal CSD, I, 70, 132. 94. If these stated aims are carefully considered, it will be seen how each has its place within the plan, and how evolution is but a term used to express the gradual development in time and space of the inherent capacity of a human being, of a heavenly man, and of the grand man of the heavens. The place and position of one and all to each other must be borne in mind, for no one can develop without the other. What, therefore, have we? A. The Son, the grand man of the heavens. He manifests through the sun and the 7 sacred planets, each of whom embodies one of his 7 principles, just as he in his totality embodies one of the principles of a greater cosmic entity. B. A heavenly man. He manifests through a planet, and embodies one of the principles of the sun, the Logos. He himself is likewise developing through 7 principles, which are the source of his essential unity with all other heavenly men. Cosmically considered, the Son is developing the principle of a greater cosmic being, that principle which we call love-wisdom. That is the fundamental characteristic he has to develop during his life cycle. Each heavenly man, therefore, embodies predominantly a subsidiary principle of the fundamental one. In like manner he himself has 6 subsidiary principles, as has the Son. See a human being, man. He manifests on the physical plane through form, and has also 7 principles. In each life cycle he works at their development. He likewise has his primary coloring, dependent upon the fundamental principle embodied by the heavenly man, who is his originating source. Thus we have the Logos Father Spirit Mother Matter, producing the Son or the Grand Man of the heavens, the conscious logoic ego evolving through the sun and the 7 sacred planets each embodying a cosmic principle, in 6 differentiations by method of A. Expansion, vibratory stimulation, magnetic interaction, or the law of attraction and repulsion. B. Cyclic progress, rotary repetition, coupled to spiraling ascension, and developing A. The quality of love wisdom, through the utilization of form by the means of active intelligence. B. Full self-consciousness. C. A perfected solar system, or the form, adequate to the needs of the indwelling spirit. Here a similar tabulation may be worked out to demonstrate the similarity of the process in the case of a heavenly man, and a human being. If we ask why 10 schemes, and in effect 10 planets, 7 sacred and 3 concealed, it is because the 7 sacred planets are eventually merged into the 3. And finally the 3 are blended into the 1. This can be traced along the line of analogy, as we consider the 7 rays. These 7 rays, which in manifestation are diverse, are eventually synthesized. The minor 4 are blended, we are told, into the 3rd major ray, and the 3 major rays are finally merged into the 1 synthetic ray, the love wisdom ray, the dragon of wisdom, the occult serpent swallowing its tail. 98-95 This has been pointed out by HPB. We have, therefore, the 3 crowning rays, but 7 seen during the evolutionary process. In connection with the heavenly men, functioning through the planets, there are, therefore,